suddenly realized that my dad was probably retarded. Daddy, did the God mean for you to be like this? Or was it an accident?
But what do you mean?
You're not like other dads. In the face of my series of soul-crushing questions, my dad panicked and didn't know how to answer. He could only keep saying to me, "Sorry, baby." I didn't blame him, because in my heart, nobody else's daddy ever comes. Daddy Sam is a waiter at a coffee shop. Even though he's been working part-time for 9 years, he can't even cash register, because Daddy's IQ is only 6 years old. For him, life was simple and pure, until one day, he took in a homeless woman, and love sparked. The woman gave birth to me. Dad was as happy as a baby. He named me Lucy. But unlike Dad's joy, my mother seemed to resent us both. She was just a wanderer. She never wanted the responsibilities of motherhood. She just wanted to find a place to stay. And then she disappeared into the ether, leaving my father alone and bewildered. Dad could not cope with my little life. I was just born and left him in a state of confusion. He didn't know why I was crying, didn't know what kind of formula to buy, didn't know what kind of diapers to buy. He stood at the crossroads of his life, lost, not knowing where to go, until the neighbour's grandmother saw Dad's predicament, quietly came in to teach Dad how to be a qualified father. Even though my father had to watch TV programmes to determine when to breastfeed me, he still did his best to take care of me, as if everything he could do was an expression of his love for me. Dad has a group of friends who are intellectually challenged like him. Although they are defective, their hearts are kind. They treated me as their own child and took good care of me. My father's love is not about age or intelligence, it is only about me and his heart. Dad took me to work and brought me up at the same time. But as I grew up, Dad couldn't take me to work anymore. Dad approached his neighbour's grandmother and asked her to take care of me.
'Cause she's
Grandma
too
tried
big
to say no
now.
at first.
Yeah, that was her first word.
Grandma couldn't say no anymore. As time went by, I became curious about the world. I had a lot of questions. I would ask my dad, where does the sky end? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Dad always answered me patiently. Even though he wasn't as smart as other dads, he answered every question with all his heart. He made me feel the beauty of the world. When I was old enough to go to school, my father wanted to buy me a pair of shoes as a gift. When it came time to pay, he realized that he couldn't even afford to pay for a pair of shoes. A few of my father's friends didn't have much money either, but they managed to raise money from their own pockets and beat me the shoes. I felt the kindness and love from them, despite their physical handicaps. Their world was full of happiness and childlike innocence. At school, I became smarter and smarter, and the textbooks became more and more difficult. When I saw my father struggling to read the words, I began to feel anxious for him, though I began to pretend I didn't understand, deliberately letting Dad teach me, protecting him in this way, so that I could keep Dad from thinking he wasn't good enough. However, my teachers thought I was abnormal. The Dad in my drawings was always so small and so needy. I began to hate studying, sometimes pretending not to understand, just to make my dad feel that I still needed him so much, so that he wouldn't feel inferior.
You are not stupid. No, you are not stupid, because you can read that word.
I don't believe you can.
No, because that makes me happy. It makes me happy hearing you read.
They perched in silence. At the Halloween party,